Welcome, Namaste to Pankaja. Very happy and honored to be with you. Today in this video, I give you a super short overview. I want to talk about our own inner empowerment. We call it AGNI in Ayurveda. So in these times of winter and viruses and a lot of struggle around you, how to empower ourselves, what can we do? I will relate to what I learned, what I heard consistently from different doctors around the world. Most of all, my favorite teacher, Dr. Vasant Lad, world-renowned Ayurvedic master, and the doctors also from the Ayush governmental communion in India, who announced after really a lot of studies and research that has been done that what Ayurvedic practices and herbs can really strengthen and empower your immunity. Even now, I read in Germany, Dr. Schrott, medical doctor, MD, he's recommending the same herbs with the same explanation. So if you want to find out more about the scientific background, there is a lot of sources and resources. I will here share very practical goodies and start with just 2 tips today and continuously share some of those tips with you. And before that, I will, as always, start with a short recitation in Sanskrit to Lord Ganapati, to Lord Ganesha. May he sit with us, may he empower us and remove all the obstacles. Hari Om. Gajananam Bhuta Ganadhi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Palasara Pakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinasha Karanam Namami Vigneshwara Parapankajam. Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. May we all be healthy and happy and whole. So, Agni, our digestive fire. It is literally also means fire in Ayurveda. There is an Agni Deva, a Devata, who is also helping with transformation, because all transformation, especially in our metabolic system also, and in our nervous system, to integrate any new input for our intelligence to function, we need a special fire. That is the Sadaka Agni fire in the brain for the intellectual capacity. And that's the Jatara Agni, the main fire in our lower gut, in our stomach, to help assimilate and transform the food particles into microchyle. And why is that important? It is so related with our immunity. Immunity also is an aspect of this Agni capacity, this ability to train certain blood cells, the white blood cells, who are intelligent enough to recognize what is an enemy, what is a friend. And the enemy to either not even allow to enter, that's what I will talk about in a moment. And if it entered, then how to neutralize it and how to remove waste. Very important concept in Ayurveda, the concept of amapachana, how to purify and remove waste. And for the Agni, it's Agni Deepana, how to kindle the Agni like a fire. If you have a fireplace, you know you need wood, you know you need some air around, you know you need all this, the spark, You need all these substances so that a proper fire will burn, that it is not too big and not too small. Also in a cooking pot, if you cook on the fire, if the fire will be too high, then everything will just be burned out, and that's how we feel sometimes. And that's how malabsorption can occur. It's one of the reasons if the Agni is Tikshna, it's just too sharp. And then the opposite, if Agni is Manda, it's just very low, there is not enough capacity to transform the food, then it will be undigested. And this is like this ama, a very toxic substance in our body. And this shows on our tongue. And this will be one of my first tip, the tongue scraping. First, I want to introduce, I put together like 3 pillars to understand very practically how to protect ourselves, how to strengthen ourselves in this winter season. So we think of 3 major concepts. One is our entry ports, our entry doors, which is mainly our nose and our mouth, throat, and the tonsils, right? So wherever we take in substances like air and prana, which is more than air, life power. So we want to increase this. And we take in food and liquids and our medications. So all this through these entry ports. So how to strengthen and protect them and make them strong and make them work properly. And then we think of our mid part, our center. So that's where this Jatara Agni sits, and how to make this a proper size fire. And our immunity, which is a main part, is in our spleen. So again, it's the center, and it's all these different lymph nodes in our body and our tonsils. So how, and our thymus, not to forget. So even it is said that in adults it is not working as it is in kids, but energetically the thymus gland is still very important to make the whole immunity system work. So this I call the center, our mid part. So the entrance, the mid, the center, and then the exit. Very important, the exit. So how to clear our colon, our rectum, how to have proper bowel movements every morning in a proper shape, not to have any issues with the bowel movement, the elimination, because that will also clog our channels, that will clog and build more ama, more of these toxic substances in the body. And this ama can cover cells, and then on the cell membrane there is like a layer of a substance where other cells cannot communicate properly. So they won't then realize, is that a cell that belongs to my body or not? That's even one of the reasons how autoimmune diseases can develop, because of too much ama covering the cells. So we want to remove those ama and see that all this functions clearly and properly. So that's the 3 pillars, calling them the entry ports, the center fire, and the clear exit. And I want to give little goodies and very practical tips in the upcoming few weeks for you to share for those 3 pillars. And it is always very wise to consult with your doctor or therapist if you have any disease, any severe disorders. So then you have to check, of course, everything you can do in your own responsibility. You are welcome to just try for a time and then give feedback. You can also reach me. I will put my website in the description box. It's just my name, just the name I'm honored to carry for the work I'm doing. I was given this name by Dr. Ladd, by my master. So it's Pankaja, pankaja.com. You can find me, and that means basically the lotus flower, something which grows out of the mud and moves into the light. So which is the topic. It's also very actual topic right now in December, because we are in a very fragile astrological situation. I will maybe make another video on that. So we're in between eclipses right now, one big solar eclipse coming up tomorrow, Monday, and then there will be a Saturn and Jupiter conjunction, which may bring a lot of additional struggle for the world and for ourselves individually, depending on where all this is happening in your individual chart. So that's a very interesting topic to keep it short for here. I would just say overall, if you can avoid big decisions in this till end of the year and even beginning of January, if there is no life important decisions, of course you go for it. But anything you can postpone till you have more clarity and the world has more clarity, it's a good idea to do that. And use the time, maybe even extra time you have for your own inner empowerment. That might be maybe a chance. So now I didn't want to become too long for today. I know time is precious, so I'll go into 2 practical tips for today for the end reports. And one is the famous, I'll show it to you, the famous tongue scraping. I show you a little device here. You can find it in many forms and materials. This is stainless steel. This works for everyone, to keep it simple. Okay, because in Ayurveda we have the different doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and accordingly we would, if we do an individual consultation, we would also, for all these recommendations, we would find an individual approach, what is working best for you. But there is a lot of herbs, a lot of tools that can be used. We say tri-doshas, so basically for everyone. So start with this simple tongue scraping. Why? There is some of these toxins, of this ama substance, which accumulates on your tongue over the night. Your digestive tract does a lot of work while you're sleeping and removes a lot of stuff that is not needed anymore. And if you just start your day without scraping it out, means like washing your tongue actually, same as you do for your face, for your teeth. But often we are not used to also clean our tongue. And then we would swallow it with the first thing we drink or eat. And then all the work is like the body has done over the night to free you of that ama is useless because it's going back into your tract. So to avoid that, to have more clarity, also better taste perception, your taste buds, a billion taste buds are on the surface on your tongue. So we want to make them really clear. And for that, it's important to make it very soft. So some people start by scraping very roughly because they see there is still some substance. No, do it super gently like you would do to a little baby. We don't do it to a little baby, but that softness, just to imagine, right? So you take it with your 2 hands, you start on the back of your tongue. Don't go too far back, it might bring like a gag reflex, but just in the back of your tongue, and you move forward in this direction to the tip of your tongue. And when there is substance on it, then you rinse it under the water. You do it at the sink, right? Right before you brush your teeth. So you scrape your tongue from the back to the front 7 to 14 times. It says in the scripture, just play with it, whatever is needed. You will see there is some maybe white, yellowish, darkish substance on it, and it can be thick or foamy, different qualities, which tells a lot about what is going on in your system. For now, just remove it. Gently rinse it with the water, rinse and clean this tongue scraper tool, put it aside, and then you would brush your teeth and then rinse your mouth. And the first substance that should enter your body should be clear and hot, warm, hot water. Don't start with anything but water. That's what the Ayurveda says. It's the Ayurvedic champagne. So champagne time for everybody now. And I had a teacher, he said, like, from now on, this is like till the day of your grave. This must be your habit to scrape your tongue, brush your teeth, and then drink like 1 cup, this size, just 1 cup of hot, warm, hot water. It will flush your kidneys. It will open up the mechanism that are needed for the day for food to be digested soon. You want to activate and wake up your liver, your spleen, your stomach with a substance which is the purest and cleanest, and that is a good quality water. And as it is warm, your AGNI doesn't have to work to heat it up because that's what the Agni has to do with any substance you put in the body. That's why it's very hard to digest raw substances, especially now in the winter, and especially for some constitutions, for some individuals. So whatever cold or chill cold you put into your system is an extra struggle, and you will lose energy, and you will feel more tired, exhausted easily, or catch a cold or whatever we don't want to catch right now specifically. So help your body by keep warm, right? So that's the two recommendations for today. Very simple: tongue scraping and a glass of hot water to start your day. And then, as I mentioned, the three pillars: the entry ports, the center, and the exit. And then we have a big additional topic where we want to pick goodies here and there from, and that's your Atma Chikitsa. That's what I learned from Dr. La, the beautiful Sanskrit word. Atma is yourself, your soul, and Chikitsa is treatment, therapy, understanding. So this is what we call in the Western world with a big scientific word of psychoneuroimmunity also. So the relation and connection, the interdependence and of how you think, how you feel, how you behave, how you function on your mental, emotional level, and the impact of that on your immunity, very practically, how it goes up or down together with your moods, together with your thoughts and with your words. So just one little tip for today: smile. Give it a smile, especially now in these times where we don't even see each other. When we see each other, even then, most of our face is covered. So I take it like an experiment on, it doesn't mean not to smile less now because nobody anyway sees your mouth. No, I see it's the opposite. Smile more. Smile so much, so honest, and so heartfelt that it is seen in your eyes, even if you wear a mask. So this is my tip for today from the manas, from the Atma level. Just smile, even if it sometimes feels like a challenge. But there is scientific proof, even if these angles of your mouth, they move upwards, a whole cascade of different hormones will be produced in your body, the hormones you want for feeling good and feeling healthy. So this is a really practical tip, and I hope you enjoy, and I will share more of this. And if you like it, please subscribe and share it with others. If you feel there is any help for anyone, any support, then you're very welcome. And contact me with any questions or recommendations and feedback. And I finish, as always, with another short recitation. And today I will do the teacher-student prayer to remember and honor my teacher and all of us, because we learn from each other, and it's very important to keeping this sharing between us pure. So to, even if there is any mistake, to very gently remind us of it and correct us, and not having any enemy feelings between each other in all these communities, and to learn and grow and empower ourselves together. That's what this short chant is about. So if you still have these few minutes, very short, then we end with this chant. And if you're busy, I say thank you and see you soon. Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Punaktu, Saha Viryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.